All right. So, can we begin with the stories? Yun naman yung heart and soul ng ating legislative work. So could I please ask first Queen Hera and Miss Angel, pwede niyo po bang ilahad bawat isa sa inyo yung kwento, yung karanasan po ninyo? So we will hear first from Queen Hera.
Good afternoon, everyone. Madam Chairperson, Senator Ontiveros, and honorable members of this committee, thank you for inviting me here today for opening this very important discussion. So my name is Queen Hera. I am a content creator, entrepreneur, and advocate for safe and responsible online spaces. So I'm here today because my daughter became a victim of deepfake pornography. The malicious use of her identity and likeness was directly connected to the issue of online exploitation and manipulation. This is not trivial matter for harmless prank. This is a grave violation of dignity, privacy, and human rights. As a mother, it has been heartbreaking and deeply painful to witness how this exploitation has affected her well-being, her reputation, and her safety. So wala pong magulang ang gustong makita na ganong kalagayan ng anak. This is very cruel and degrading. So as a content creator, nagpo-post po ako ng mga video, very normal video picture ng anak ko and I. And one day, may nag-DM sa akin sa Instagram saying na yung anak ko ay nakita sa isang dark web. And nakita ko mismo yung picture niya. Edited yon, but naka-edit yung mukha niya sa isang private part ng isang lalaki. So as a mother, sobrang heartbreaking nun para sa akin. So I felt helpless at that time, and knowing na parang wala nang safe kahit sa online, kahit sobrang inosente ng post mo, hindi ligtas yon sa mga taong nakakapanood. So hindi natin alam kung ano yung intention nila. So yun lang po, and I hope ma-address tong issue na to because sa Facebook especially talamak po yung nangyayari. Hindi aware or yung mga magulang na sobrang dami na pala nagkalat nito sa online. Yun lang po.
Salamat Queen Hera for sharing your story. Bilang nanay din nakikiisa po ako sa heartbreak nyo. Lahat po kami dito sa komite ng mga magulang ay nakikiisa po sa pinagdadaanan mo. Before I ask Miss Angel to also share her story, matanong ko lang po sa iyo, sa ngayon po ba yung AI-generated images ba ng anak nyo are still online?
Sa pagkakaalam ko po na take down na, but I don't think na lahat ng yon kasi sobrang laki po ng dark web. So, pwede makuha, na-take down yung isang link, but another siguro nag-circulate pa rin and yung iba nabebenta pa din.
Hindi po ba, Queen Hera, inilapit niyo po itong problema sa National Bureau of Investigation?
Yes, actually po, nakapag-filed na po ako ng case. But for now, sabi nila mahirap i-trace kasi kapag na take down na yung link and then yung ginamit na email, so mahirap na daw i-trace. So parang blank, parang back to zero. Saan natin kukunin yung mga ebidensya. So ang hirap din pong ipaglaban din.
Pwede po bang matanong ang NBI? Who will speak for the NBI this afternoon? Yes.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Alvin Bernardo po, Executive Officer of Cybercrime Division.
Yes, Executive Officer Bernardo. So, you confirm na nilapit po ni Queen Hera sa Bureau itong problema niya?
Yes, ma'am. Totoo po yun. Ang may hawak po nung kaso is the Violence Against Women and Children Division.
Bakit
And-
hanggang ngayon hindi pa ma-assure ng division si Queen Hera na lahat ng mga AI generated or manipulated images ng anak niya ay na-take down na?
We cannot assure that, ma'am, kasi sabi nga po din ni Miss Hera, talagang hindi natin po alam kung sino ang may hawak ngayon. But as of now, taken down na, wala nang nakikita as of now. Pero kung sino man yung pwedeng nakapag-save or meron pang copy nung pictures or videos na yon, he can always and anytime upload it again.
Malaking problema po yun.
And
Sir, we need agencies like the NBI need to reassure mga victim survivors na malilinis talaga lahat nung kalat na ginawa ng ibang tao sa kanila at sa kanilang pamilya. And gusto ko lang pong ipaalala sa ilalim po ng Anti-OSAIC at CSAM law na pinagtulungan nating ipasa, meron lang actually 24 hours yung mga internet intermediaries para i-take down kasama yung internet address, yung URL, o kahit saang website na maaring nakalagay itong maselang content na ito. So hindi po ba magganap 100% ng division in charge yung mandate na iyon just to give a reassurance to the parent of the child? Yung mic nyo po.
tama po yun na nagawa naman po yun, na take down naman po within the time period required. Kaya lang, ang sinasabi po natin na hindi natin ma-assure na wala na kasi nga kung sino man po yung merong hawak, merong copy ng videos or pictures na yon, he can anytime upload it po.
Ano naman po ang ipinayo ng Bureau kay Queen Hera na pwede niyang ikaso? When she brought this complaint to you?
Yung kaso po, pwede po yun ma-file ng under the Cybercrime Prevention Act.
Alright. Yun nga ba yung ipinayo niyo kay Queen Hera at yun nga ba yung na-file niya?
Yun, kung magpo-prosper po yung prosecution, yun po yung pwedeng gamitin na batas para ma-file sa proper courts yung kaso.
Okay, in addition to that po, nag-reach out ba kayo sa mga internet intermediaries, lalo na halimbawa yung mga internet service providers, para tulungan nga po kayo sa pagkolekta ng ebidensya at pag-request ninyo sa kanila na i-take down nga po yung content, kahit yung URL man lang?
Yes, Your Honor. Yun nga po, taken down na po yung videos na yun, yung pictures na yun, wala na po tayong nakikita as of now.
Sa kaninong internet service providers kayo nag-reach out?
Kung kanino po nakita yung yung videos, usually sa Facebook, sa TikTok, doon po kami nagre-reach out for the taking down of that post or videos.
And sa karanasan po ninyo yung pagkausap ng Bureau sa Facebook, sa TikTok, etc., naging madali po ba yung karanasan o naging mahirap po ba silang kausap?
In cases of CSAM and pornography, especially involving children, mabilis naman po.
So even in the case ni Queen Hera, naging mabilis naman yung pakikipag-usap nyo sa mga internet service providers?
Mabilis naman po yung action nila, ma'am.
Alright. Salamat, sir. Without leaving Queen Hera, because probably throughout this hearing, matatanong pa rin kayo sa inyong karanasan. And also, yung lessons learned and moving forward, ano yung gusto nyong hingiin sa ating lipunan, sa gobyerno, pati sa private sector, na paano tulungan mga magulang tulad nyo at anak tulad ng sa inyo. Miss Angel, pwede ko rin bang itanong ano po yung naging karanasan nyo that you could share with the committee?
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you for having me today. I am Angel Aquino and I am an actor. Days ago, I found out that there was a deep fake video using my face, and it was a friend from the industry who reached out to me and told me about it. I understand that being public property, is one of the trade-offs of this job. Alam yan ni Sen Robin Hood. Pero Sana naman, only up to a certain extent, di ba? Putting ourselves out there doesn't give people consent to demean us, defame us, harass, or take us apart, or do whatever they want to do with us. When I learned of my deepfake, my reaction was both internal and physical. As in, para akong nasusuka. I felt ill, nauseated, confused, and stunned in the beginning. Then, it was disgust and anger for being violated as a person in a revolting and humiliating way. I mean, I think any one of us, kung makita natin yung mukha natin na nasa isang porn video, I don't know how you'd feel, but it's really nakakabastos. Hindi mo alam yung mararamdaman mo. Hindi mo alam kung sinong kakausapin mo about it. Parang, and personally, I didn't know what to do. So I was just so glad that it was Senator Hontiveros' staff who reached out to me. And at least I know that they have the power to help us in any way they can. So, yes, it was dehumanizing. It was digital assault, one that leaves no bruises on the skin, but strips away one's dignity in the most obscene manner imaginable. We all know how it is to build a name, to gain credibility and earn respect from our family, our colleagues, our community. But this vile manipulation is still a non-consensual act of a sexual nature using my face, my identity, my integrity. And I am not the only one violated here. There are personalities in the limelight who have become victims of this grave assault and they don't know about it. I was given other names by Senator Hontiveros' staff meron ding deepfake. And they have been told, and I'm sure they also feel the same way I'm feeling. The thought of our images being abused, made subject of a despicable act that is nothing to the perpetrator but a mere carnal entertainment is horrifying. Just like those guys that have been arrested a few days ago. So how about other innocent, unsuspecting women and girls who may not have the voice, influence, or platform to fight back? How are we all protected? The creators and perpetrators of these deepfake are not just scary, unknown perverts, but also ordinary, everyday individuals. Hindi natin sila kilala, and they're just there walking around with us. Hindi natin alam kung anong ginagawa nila with pictures that are just available on the internet. And it can just be anybody that they can victimize. Not just us who are public figures. Maski mga bata, ginagawa nila ng ganito. So this is the new frontier of violence against women. We are now living in an AI-generated deepfake era of sexual assault and violation, and our laws have to catch up to technology. The cyber criminals act fast. Shouldn't we be 10 or more steps ahead? Today, I am grateful for this opportunity, Senator. Thank you, to speak on this. This is a bigger problem than we all perceive it to be. And even I only realize that now. Ngayon ko lang to nalaman. Akala ko dati gagamitin lang yung photo mo, I don't know, for what, but para sa ganitong purpose, nakakasuka. These deepfake photos and videos hurt and violate real people. I urge you all to take action, punish the perpetrators, those who share and repost, the websites that host it, the platforms that turn a blind eye while it spreads. Those who make money out of this, accountability must be total because the damage multiplies with every click, every share, every view. Katulad nga ng sabi nila, hindi na nila mahanap kung sino man ang nakapag-save ng videos na to. Let this not just be a discussion, let this result to strong enforceable law. I came forward today because this has to stop. I want to help protect our women and children and effectively put an end to this. The effects of these deepfakes can be catastrophic to the rights of women and girls and our own integrity, our autonomy, and our choice. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.